Hey everyone, NicMakesPlays here. Today I'm going to go over my Kindred Nasus deck that I'm undefeated with. I have not dropped a single game with it. The season just started and it got me to Diamond so far. It's a lot of fun because it uses two new champions, Kindred Nasus. And with the stream expansion, there's tons of fun new decks. I mean, tons. So I've tried a good amount of different stuff. I like Azir a lot too, but this deck really stuck out to me. It's been doing great. So let's get into it. All right. So, I guess the concept of the deck is that the early game you hold down with like the Butcher, Doomkeeper, Bark Beast, Curse Keeper combos, Fading Icon too. This kind of gets you some pretty good units in the field through the Escape Abomination this summons. You can push for big damage and matchups that are weak to aggression. You can play defensively, like Hapless, and just kind of like blocking more against aggro decks. And then you make it to the mid game. And during the mid game, you can play Kindred. And then what Kindred does is the first time you slay a unit, each round, she marks the weakest enemy. And then the round ends, and then you kill units with her mark. So basically, you kind of just like chill, get some good trades in, and then she's like slowly picking off like enemies in the back. I guess in the back row or in general, whatever you want to call it. She picks off their enemies, and then they start losing cards like over time. And then once you slayed enough things, you play Nasus. And this is the bomb. At first, I was like, yeah, Nasus looks pretty good, but now that I played him enough, he's really strong. I like him a lot. So he gets +1/+1 for each unit you slay this game, and he has Fearsome. When he strikes a 10 plus damage, he levels up. So usually by the time you play him, he's around like either already 10 or he's like almost there. He's like 8 or 9 or something. He even continues getting the +1/+1 on the field. And then when you strike, you just have to get a simple strike with him. It could be through his Champ Spell, Siphoning Strike, just an attack. Even a block works too. So if you just play him, and then they can't attack or he levels up because you can just block with him. He has such high health that you never have to worry about him dying, really. Like, I guess Hush, but I haven't seen too much Hush, and even if they had Hush, I feel it's not, like, the end-all be-all. The cool thing about this deck is that it's not like an all-in deck like Vehu Endure, which is similar, I guess, deck style. It's more of an aggro deck, and then if they Hush Vehu Endure, you kind of lose everything. It's more of a mid-range deck, so it's like, they kill Nasus, you just keep playing. No big deal. But so far, you can just block with him, attack with him, and then he levels up. When he levels up, all enemies have -1/-0, but most importantly, to me at least, he has Spell Shield. Negates the next enemy spell or skill that would affect me. So this alone is a win con. I mean, he keeps getting attack while on the field, so you just can attack with him. He has Fearsome. You can use Caretaker to hook away their Fearsome blockers and attack for game. But you also have Atrocity, which is really powerful in this deck. You use Atrocity on the Nasus, and he has Spell Shield, so they can't stop you, and you just kill them in one shot. Alright, well that's the general concept of the deck, so let's just get into it. First card, Ravenous Butcher, enables combos with Curse Keeper. It slays things to trigger the Kindred and also level up Nasus, or give Nasus the higher attack points and health points. So pretty good. I only run 2 because it's not like an average. I like running 3 a lot of time because you can push for huge damage consistently with a 3 Butcher, but this is more of a mid-range deck, so I just thought that 2's fine. You want to be able to do a Butcher, but you don't need to see this to do like the huge damage output. You just use it well-rounded to trigger a lot of your stuff. 2 Rite of Calling. This card's really awesome. Kill an ally or destroy one of your mana gems to draw a champion. This can draw you Kindred for the mid-game to start chipping away opponents' units and then control the board. It can search Nasus for the finisher to end the game. And also you can use it on like Dunekeeper, Sand Soldier he summons on turn 1. You can use it on Hapless if you need to. You can use it on Curse Keeper. Fading Icon summons the prey. You can use it on that. So tons of things. And it triggers Slay, which is good for Kindred Nasus, so very good. Next we have Bark Beast. This is basically a 1-mana 3/3 in this deck. The first ally dies for me +2/+2. This happens so easily. You just, Dunekeeper, Sand Soldier dies. You play Hapless Aristocrat. You play Curse Keeper. Anything like that. So yeah. So 1-mana 3/3 you can use offensively or defensively. Dunekeeper. This is debatably the best card in all of Shurima, or all the new set, new expansion. Really strong. When I'm summon a Sand Soldier. It's 2/1. Sand Soldiers are 1/1. Nexus Strike, deal 1 enemy Nexus. The reason it's so strong, if you play on turn 1 and you're attacking and they have no blocker, it does 4 damage, which is huge damage, which is just one of the applications of this card. It's really good in aggro, but in this deck, there's more than just that. You can actually tribute this for the Rite of the Calling we talked about. You can use it like when you play Bark Beast turn 1 and then turn 2 you play Dunekeeper and you attack with the Soldier and it levels up Bark Beast really easily. You can use it for Glimpse. It's really good defensively. I think it's actually debatably better defensively than offensively. I guess it's hard because he's like amazing both ways, but It punishes them developing a lot. They develop a unit, like let's say turn 5 to make a big push. Like maybe playing like elites, like Demacia elites or something. And you just play with this, and it's 2 blockers for 1 mana, and it really just kind of ruins their attack. So very good. Next we have Hapless Aristocrat. This card's really good because usually at the beginning of seasons there's a lot of aggro, and this card's extremely strong versus aggro. Just in general, I think it's good in this deck. But against like the Doomkeeper combos, they play Doomkeeper turn 1. You can just block with Hapless, take the 2 damage from this, and they lose their Hapless. So it's really good to stop aggro just because a lot of aggressive cards in the early game have the 1 health, and you can just get 2 blockers. So it makes your matchup versus aggro a lot stronger. But except for that, just in general, it's just a card that when it's killed gives you another slay target. Really good for all the things that slay. Levels Nasus. I think you guys get the point. So very good. Can also be true for Butcher and Caretaker and Spirit Leech. So this card's really, really strong, and I especially like it in the meta run right now. All right. Next we have Curse Keeper. This card is insane. This card is one of the better cards in the deck. You are able to tribute this with Butcher and Glimpse Beyond and stuff like that, and it gives you the 4/3. This is a really strong stat line to have for like a 2-cost card. You can use Rite of Calling to trigger it. Basically, it's a 2-mana 4/3 that enables all your cards. Some huge damage output you can do is like Bark Beast on 1, Curse Keeper on 2, Caretaker on 3, and then you have a 3/3, a 2/1, 2/2/1s with Ephemeral Challenger, and a 4/3 that's extremely strong. It's also good with Butcher. So yeah, this card is good offensively and defensively. The cool thing about this deck, again, is it's really well-rounded. You can play the matchup you're in. Against aggro decks, you just play defensively and they run out of steam. Against, like, I guess decks that are a bit slower, you can try and pressure them really hard, especially like landmark-based decks. I've seen some Lucian Azir going around, and you can kind of just like out-aggro them. So very good card. Enables pretty much everything in the deck. Give us Spirit Leech. You can use for negation. One thing I do like about it, I guess to mention also, because it fits so many rules, is that if you Stalking Shadows, you get a real copy after Ephemeral Copy. That Ephemeral Copy, you just play it, and then it dies at the end of the turn, and then it just instantly becomes a 2-mana 4/3, so very good. All right, Fading Icon. This card's cool. 2-mana 3/1. It's very similar to Curse Keeper. I kind of call it like a knockoff Curse Keeper. It's really strong to have both of these because you have like consistency in the deck because these both fit the exact same role. But this thing does a lot of the things this does. For example, the things you would do like tributing for Rite of Calling or Glimpse, Spirit Leech, Ravenous Butcher, stuff like that. You can just use the Prey for. So there's a 3/1 that summons a 0/1, and you can distribute it and do all kinds of stuff like that. One cool part about this card is that it can actually block. Like Curse Keeper immediately can't block. You have to use a second action. So what I really like about this card is that you can play this on like turn 2. Or not turn 2, just play it for 2 mana in general. And then they attack, you can block with this and then like glimpse it. And then that lets you get the value because you're glimpsing to draw 2, but you're also getting a blocker. So this deck has a lot of blockers. It's really good against aggro for the reasons I've said before, but also can put on pressure. Like, I guess one perk if you do want to be aggressive is that you can go Bark Beast, Curse Keeper, Caretaker, Bark Beast, Curse Keeper, Butcher. That's 10 damage on turn 2. You can do Bark Beast, Fading Icon, Butcher. It's 9 damage. You can go like all kinds of combos of these cards that do similar roles while all racking up the slays for your Nasus. And they're good for, like, the Prey's good target to activate the slays for Kindred later in the game. So very good. 3 Glimpse. Good to refuel. Makes good use out of all the cards that are contributing. The Doomkeeper, the Prey, off the Fading Icon, the Curse Keeper, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, very good. Very good. Trigger Slay, of course. Generically amazing card. This card's also really good. Another way to refuel. A lot of these cards are very strong when ephemeral copies, such as we said, the Curse Keeper is really good. Caretaker can push huge damage. I love getting Caretaker off of the Stalking Shadows because it's just like kill an ally to summon 2 saplings, the 2/1s. This pushes huge damage if you do it like turn after turn after turn because you just hook away their blockers and push for damage. So what you can do a lot of times, you can just like set up your opponent into Nasus range. You get them at like 12 or something, and then you just Atrocity Nasus and you win. So very strong, very versatile deck. Leads us to the next card, Caretaker. This card is amazing. This card is so strong. I mean, one of the best openings in all of Runeterra has always been Bark Beast, Curse Keeper, Caretaker. And this lets you do that, but there's just so much more to it with this deck because these two, if they kill things, they activate Slay. So if you kill 2 things with both saplings, you get +2/+2 on Nasus. It lets you be that versatility. I know I'm really stressing the versatility, but you can do this huge damage output and be like aggro with this deck. Or you can just use it to remove like 2 of their units. Like you just go for like the value trades against aggro. You just remove 2 of their guys, and you're just generating so much card advantage because you just use the caretaker to kill 2 things for free. It's just so strong in this deck. I really like it. Even just as blockers sometimes, like they have a wide board and they're like pressuring you, and you just like kill a prey, summon 2 saplings, and it just ruins their whole turn and blocks. And yeah, all of it, leveling up Nasus, being able to trigger Kindred, very strong. Very strong. This is a very standard opening for the deck. So yeah, or opening for like these kind of Shadow Isle decks. Now let's get some of the new cards. Rite of Negation. This card is amazing in this deck. I don't think you run it in every deck. I know people are probably reading it's like, oh, it's Deny on steroids, but it's good. It's particularly good in this deck because you don't care about killing your allies. A lot of times killing your allies is a perk because it triggers the Nasus and the Kindred. But let's read it. Kill an ally, destroy your mana gems to stop all enemy fast spells, slow spells, and skills. Usually early in the game you want to kill an ally because you want to keep your mana gems. Later in the game you can kill a mana gem so you don't care. It's up to you. But one of my favorite things to do is like in the very late game with this deck is you can use it on pivotal things, and you can, like, let's say you have Kindred just destroying all their enemies, and then they're like, man, this Kindred just gains so much value. If I don't kill this, I'm gonna run out of cards. And then they try and kill Kindred, and you save it. Like they try and venge it, and you save it, right? Negation, and then they have no steam left, and you win just by controlling the forward Kindred. But my favorite thing to do is that you have Nasus. You go for Nasus Atrocity. They try and stop you. You write Negation, like, you know, whatever they're gonna do, like their vengeance. Because this is good against even the level 1 Nasus. Like before you level him up, and he doesn't have a spell shield yet, you can still be like 10 attack, and you can just Atrocity him. But if you're playing a deck that doesn't have Hush, you know, so Hush, obviously you can't negate that. But they have like Vengeance, like Shadow Isles or whatever, and then you can just negate the Vengeance. So really good. This card is super versatile. You want to use it in very pivotal moments. You don't kind of use it willy-nilly, but it stops all enemy things on the stack too, which is nice. So this card's really strong to ensuring you get the win with the Atrocity Nasus. Next, new card, Spirit Leech. Play. Kill an ally to draw 2. Generically good. This is instant speed. There's no circle here. If it has a circle, this is a thing to know in Runeterra in general. It goes in the stack, which means they can like mystic shot your units. You don't draw 2. This doesn't have that. This is instant. You play it and it instantly draws 2. That is so strong. So they can't interact with it. This triggers your slays. So if you have Kindred, one of the main ways you'll trigger your slays is you Spirit Leech on like the Prey or Curse Keeper or whatever. And then you draw 2 cards, which is refueling you. Then Kindred will kill one of their back row enemies. And it just generates so much card advantage. I like it as a 2 of. I kind of want to fit 3, but I wouldn't really cut anything. I guess you don't want to draw multiples or draw it that early, but it's a really good way to refuel. And you can use it on all kinds of stuff just for free draw too. I mean, you use it on the Sand Soldier, the Hapless. It's like you basically just show draw 2. Yes, it's a 4/1, but the one else doesn't matter because even if they kill it, like you use a card to kill it, you're still like getting net card advantage because you're drawing 2 cards and they're using a card to kill it. If they don't kill it, you get it to draw 2 and trade with the 4-tech unit, which is really good. All right, next is Kindred. This card is so good. She's a bit complicated to play, I'm not going to lie. I'm still learning her myself. But the first time you slay a unit each round, I mark the weakest enemy. Round and kill units with my mark. I've seen you slay 2 units with my mark. Then whenever you kill something with their mark, she gets +2/+2. So basically what you do is you play her. You start picking off your own units with Butcher, Rite of Calling, Spirit Leash, whatever, Glimpse. And then you just start killing their enemies like over time. And they can't really pressure you. But like, so you're killing their enemies like each turn, right? They try and pressure you. You have so many blockers, right? You don't care. Like they can't really kill you because you have like Hapless and Dunekeeper and all kinds of these blockers that makes it hard for them to beat you. And you're just like winning the mid game. You're just removing their units. It's particularly good against decks that don't have like chump blockers like our deck. Like our deck has Hapless and stuff like that. If they're running like Demacia or something like that, even Shadow Isle Freyord, surprisingly, if they play like Lysandra, they play Jarvan, they play this and that, you get to kill like strong units. So one of the things you can do as you caretaker, and then you can try and like pick off their like weaker units and leave them with like stronger ones, and then Kindred will finish them off later. Really strong, very easy to level up. So something that's really cool is that when she levels up, she gets +2/+2 every time you kill someone with their mark. So this is like another target for Atrocity. It's not usually as strong as Nasus, but you can get her to like 9/9, 11/11, even 7/7 is pretty strong. So it gives you a second Atrocity target for the late game, but it really just can win matchups on its own. Her champ spell is Spirit Journey, which isn't, in my opinion, particularly good. Like, I wouldn't main deck it, but later in the game, it is versatile. So you can kill a unit and then revive it. You can use it to stop enemy attacks. Based on the other units, you can use it to trigger your own Kindred or protect Kindred. So it is nice to have the versatility of this card, and it's cool art. So yeah, Very strong. This card can win games by itself. Atrocity, use this on Kindred, use it on Nasus, good for game. And then we have Nasus. I have +1/+1 for each unit you slay in this game. This guy is the bomb, like, of the deck. He's like the top end. So as I said earlier, where like you have the Endure decks that have similar structure to this deck, they are kind of all in aggro, and if they hush like Endure or whatever, like Vengeance Endure, you're kind of out of steam and you lose because it's an aggro deck, and that's like, if you kill that, it's their win con. This deck isn't like that. We have went through Kindred, we have ways to refuel. So they kill Nasus, it's whatever, but usually they don't, because he has so much health that even if you block with him, you get the strike, and then he levels up, and then you have Spell Shield for the Atrocity. You can just hook their blockers away Caretaker, attack. You don't even need Atrocity to win a lot of the time. But you also protect him with Rite of Negation, so he's super hard to remove. I feel like a lot of times they only have like one way to kill him, like Vengeance or Runeterra or whatever, and you just Rite of Negation it, and then you win. So he's really good. He's only cost 6 also, which is nice, because Endure costs 7. I know I'm comparing the lot because they are similar cards, but he really just puts on like a huge bomb, and if your opponent can't deal with it, you win, and they usually can't. So very good. Very good. I have not lost a game with this deck, so let's get into some games. Alright, we're playing its Scouts, but with Jarvan. Something interesting to note about Jarvan is that, so when you attack, pay my cost, so you pay 6. Challenge your strongest enemy, you can use this during a Scout attack and still get your regular attack, so it's actually pretty strong. Both use us using the new streamer board, which is really nice. Interesting hand. I don't normally keep Rite of Calling, because I feel I don't need Kindred till later. I think I'm just gonna keep... it's so good, though, to get Kindred. I'm gonna try and get, like, Curse Keeper. I want to keep this. Oh, wow. I'm so good. I want to use this on turn 3 to, like, get rid of their units. I kind of want to play, like, the defensive role in this matchup, because his deck's obviously more aggressive than ours. So Doomkeeper is really good to push 4 damage, but, again, he's the aggressor here, so I really just want to chill and take it slow and just make sure that I get to the mid game, and then we're fine. Okay, so he's playing a half elite version with the Challenger. It's actually pretty good. This card's very strong. Alright, let that go. We can take 2 damage, it's not really a big deal, and then we can Caretaker, you can kill that. Yeah, as you can see, this is a very versatile deck. I'm really trying to stay. It can go aggro, it can go mid-range. I could have went way more aggressive. I honestly could have played Doomkeeper, pushed for 4 turn 1, and then done all kinds of crazy stuff. His deck, the only way we really lose is if we take too much damage, or he gets like a big sit 3 or something, sit to the bold. So I guess we'll take 2 here, leave this here, and then hopefully not take much damage afterwards. Interesting. Is this Misfortune? Oh. Thing Warden. Alright, well, this Ephemeral's gonna die anyway. Let's push damage. Every damage we do is nice because it makes it easier to kill with Nasus in the end. Oh, interesting. Range Resolve. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's really not a big deal because all he's keeping is this, but it is... I do like to get the Slay. Like, if that killed that, it would have been the Slay for the Nasus level up. So now he's at 12. He has no healing in this this deck unless he plays Citrus Courier. That's a good draw for later. Now we have Nasus plus this is very nice overall to try and set up like Atrocity. We just want to rack up the Slays here. His hand's a bit weird. We opened strong, but nothing too crazy. I've never heard him say that. No one really plays Green Fang Warden until now. It's actually pretty good in this Jarvan deck. He's probably gonna kill this, right? Okay, that might be his whole turn, honestly. As much as I want to play this, I really can't because because this has the Challenger, and it would just kill it. So I kind of almost wanted to end here, but or like not block that. But then he could just choose to end, and then we would not get value out of our Sand Soldiers. So we might as well get the value there. And we got a Slay because we killed that, so that's buffing him. Okay, get this trade here. Pretty good overall. Alright, now we're already at 6-6, which is pretty strong. Play the Fading Icon, play Bark Beast. We can make a huge push here. So what I really want to happen is to draw like Glint or Spirit Leech. Spirit Leech would be amazing here. Draw 2. That's one of the weaker draws, honestly. It's probably one of the weakest draws, but not a big deal. I'm cool with trading either of these, I guess. I almost want to attack with this, almost. To push more damage. Actually, we might need to push for like big damage here to win. I should keep this back though. I can't play this because we have no field space. He'll probably just block here, take 3. We'll get a Slay. Just trying to win with Nasus. Because we might get into a point of this game where we have to win through Atrocity and nothing else, considering we don't have much steam, really. And I want to make sure I have decent odds of winning that way. So pushing extra damage is worth it to me. This is really good. I mean, we can't stop this. We don't really have anything to stop it. Unfortunately, we drew like a 1-drop here. We really need the Glimpse. We have a lot of cards, I mean. Okay, we have the Atrocity. We have the combos. We just need to get the final piece. If these trade, we get the Slays, and then we're good to go. So we'll just block a bunch here. Hopefully gets the 9 attack, and then we have Nasus, Atrocity, Rite of Negation. And that's that. Got the setup. He has no healing. We just need to get this to get 2 more attack, and we're good to go. This is fine. So the cool thing here is that these will all trade with like the smaller units besides this one, of course. So we're able to get +2 on this most likely. Yep, that's one right there. I don't know why he's not killing that. We just let this go, we basically win. Okay, he definitely misplayed a little bit. I would have killed the prey first. Alright, well now we have Atrocity range. We have Atrocity, Rite of Negation, Nasus. He'd probably kill it now. Yeah, that's fine. Block here. Pretty good. Save the health. And yeah, we should just win. Alright, let's play Nasus. There really shouldn't be anything that stops us from just Atrocity, Rite of Negation next turn. So yeah. Alright. Like, even just Atrocity, I don't even know if we're going to use this. Citrus Courier is the only healing in these regions. Like, it's that and Radiant Guardian. You can't use Radiant Guardian right away. I also have the Plunder for Citrus Courier, so yeah, should be good to go. And right when we draw Kindred, Kindred would have been amazing this matchup. Like, it's really good versus Demacia, where they have all these real units, right? I guess, like, Consurge Strike or something could try and stop us. I don't know. Okay. Alright, game. Okay, our plan's Ash LeBlanc. This should be one of our harder matchups because he has freezes for Nasus. This should actually be quite tough. Let's mull for the good early game here. We can't use any creatures quite yet, so we're going to need to make it there first. We want to get the Hapless Aristocrats, the Curse Keepers, the Fading Icons, Doom Keepers. Low-cost units in the early game to make it the Kindred. We get the Kindred, make it the Nasus, and it's kind of a pretty clear game plan of how the turns go. Just early game, mid game, late game. This should be one of our harder matchups. Nasus being frozen is going to be a big deal. Interesting. Well, we can't really capitalize on any of this, unfortunately. Alright, this can push for decent damage, get him a bit lower for when we do the... We could actually do some crazy stuff. We could honestly just like not care about damage and then just like glimpse one and Rite of Calling one. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna keep my blockers here and not like push for damage. As weird as this looks. He could have Culling Strike here, but Culling Strike on this just to stop this isn't even really that good for him. We have Kindred. This should be really good in this matchup though, because he doesn't really have many chump blockers. Then we can draw here. There's a weird line. I think it's the one I want to take though. Okay. So we've slayed a good bit of units. That was 3 units. One from Caretaker, one from Rite of Calling, one from Glimpse. We have a decent amount of fuel. Kindred's really going to be the star of the show here. So I hope. So I hope he didn't draw the Yeti right away. He did. They usually do. Alright. We just can't take too much damage here. We're really going to need Kindred to chip away. Very interesting. Okay. Just pass here. I maybe should have Stalking Shadow and saw what I got. I still don't know whiff and be screwed. This card actually levels really fast in this deck. I'm a fan of LeBlanc. She's actually, in this deck at least, she's really good. Not sure about other decks though. Okay, put some damage on this. I kind of want a Glimpse here, but I kind of don't. In a way, I want to save Glimpse. Yeah, we don't need Glimpse to refuel. We can just... We can put this in range of the Caretaker, I guess, and take 5. Okay. So what are we at here? It's already at 5 out of 5. That's pretty good. We could Stalking Shadows. He's probably gonna have freezes, but I guess our best bet's clearing his units while we can. The downside here is if he freezes or like Troll Chance, whatever, keeps us alive, it's gonna level up. And I think it's too early to play Kindred. We need to do this one first, because if he sees this damage, then she'll level up. I guess we'll attack with this too. Try and force the trades, you can't pick all of them. Bit of a weird game. I really want to get Kindred, but I think we have like prior obligations right now we need to do. So we'll kill that. The thing here is like, if he doesn't have Trifarian Assessor, he doesn't have much refuel. That's like what we have going for us right now. Hopefully we can draw to something good here. We need blockers. Like, Hapless Aristocrat would be nice. Yeah, I'm really just afraid of Trifarian Assessor. Him being able to refuel is terrifying. Those are good blockers. Kill that. It does level. And she'll see 5 damage here. When she sees 15 damage, she gets a Mirror Image. That's her clone 5+ stack unit in Ephemeral form. We'll play this to have blockers on open attack. Okay, I'm really just hoping for no Trifarian Assessor. Reputation, Whispered Words is also really good for him. That's a good blocker. Yeah, we definitely can't take the damage here. Alright, I'm not going to Glimpse here. We have plenty of fuel. We need to get Kindred on the board. Is how we want to use our mana. And he gets the Mirror Image here, which is scary. He runs Might. Oh no. I did not think he was going to do that. Yikes. That's pretty scary, actually. Alright, we need to keep our health high. This is getting a bit scary. I didn't know he was running cards like that. By Kindred. Hope he doesn't play like Reckoning or something. We have a 9/9 Nasus. It's pretty strong. That's annoying because he's just gonna eat the mark. This guy's playing a crazy deck, dude. I have no idea what to expect at this point. Maybe we just play Nasus here. And like force him to deal with it. He doesn't have Hush. Even if he freezes it, we still have so much health. Getting a big E on the board could be good in general. Should play Nasus here.
All things see us on their periphery.
It's fair enough. He might Calling Strike that, which would be brutal. I kind of want to slay something this turn, but I guess we can't. I guess I just play this as a blocker. So we can't go wider than that. Actually, we can take one. This is fine. Okay, draws 2. That's really strong. This is a tough game, for sure. Even Renegation, we can't use it on anything, really, because most of his cards are burst speed, like the Harsh Winds. We can use it on Killing Strike and Reckoning later, but right now we're tapped out onto that, and he hasn't played those cards yet. So this gives everything 5+ attack Overwhelm, which is really terrifying. I guess we have the Glimpse here. This will trigger the Mark to kill that. Next turn, it's a bit scary because he can attack with everything, but on the bright side, we can use this to stop one of his attackers. Let's see if he open attacks here. This is really close. This is the closest game I've had with this deck so far, for sure. I can hope he like overcommits and then use Kindred Spirit Journey. I just want to go into Rite of Sigil range, which is 2 damage. We'll just stay at 3 health here. Hopefully he'll overcommit and like do like a Might or something, and then we can play Kindred Spirit Journey. This is a really close game. Interesting. It just goes through. Well, now we're safe if we get Atrocity, but we don't have Atrocity. So I'm hoping he doesn't have like double Sigil. I guess he literally has Sigil here. We could kill this and then this. So this is his champ spell is an ally strikes a unit, but dies when ally champions every +2/+2. So this gets +2/+2 plus the 1 from the Slay. Could also just like play this. That's better. I'm just afraid of tapping under this in case he plays like Decimate randomly. But I don't think he does. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. Like, you can't have space for everything. Alright, I can play this. There's not really a point of playing Rite of Calling right now. It actually is kind of nice to search the Spirit Journey. But I kind of want a unit also. I don't know. I guess this is fine. Let's just try and search Spirit Journey here. Or another Kindred for Spirit Journey would be nice. I think we have 1 Kindred left in the deck. Get the Mark here. Then I'll die at the end of the turn. It's just a versatile card that'll make it hard for him to beat us in a lot of scenarios. If we were to draw like Caretaker here, let's try this, second Caretaker, we can hook both and push for game. Yeah. This is huge damage output.
The War Mother will unite us all.
I could play this and get like one more thing to hook, but I feel like if we just do this we can't lose, so just play it safe.
The Guru follows. The hunt begins.
Yeah, Nasus is so strong. This spell shield makes him like impossible to deal with. So the Slay here will make him go to 17 attack, which means these are lethal. We just have so many cards. I think as long as I hold Red Negation, we're in a good spot. Like, he can't freeze this, so... I mean, he's trying to avoid blocking Nasus. There's no way out of it, though. Okay. I guess that is a way out of it, actually. This is fine. Just let it go. If we use the Spirit Journey, we're still one. Even if we slay something here, we're still one off lethal. I'm just gonna control the board here with Siphoning Strikes. Like, kill this, and then we shouldn't really be able to win. I don't think he runs Decimate still, so there's no way he's baiting things out. That'd be so extra. Or I guess we could just play this, and then we can use Butcher here, and then her mark will kill something. This one's picked as a lower health, getting rid of the overwhelm on these, which is nice. We have Revigation, we have Siphoning Strikes, we have blockers. It should be in a good spot to just win here. Okay, we're definitely just gonna strike that. We can use Nasus, a spell shield. We don't want them to cheese us or anything with like partial wins or something. Alright. Pretty good. This will die now. Yep, GG's. Alright, that's my Kindred Nasus video. I still, to this day, it's only been 1 day since expansion's been out, but I still haven't lost a single game of this deck. I'm excited to stream it today. I'll be on twitch.tv/NicMakesPlays. Feel free to follow me there and watch live, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comments below anything I can improve on or decks you want to see. My next deck guide will probably be a Azir aggro, because I think Azir is super strong and a lot of fun. This expansion is amazing. I'm going to be having daily videos every day of all the tons of new fun decks you can play. I'll probably make a best 5 new decks of the expansion, also like a best 5 decks to ranked in general video once the meta kind of gets figured out a little bit. But yeah, this deck's really strong. I really recommend it a lot. I haven't lost yet, and Diamonds, like, there's very few people in Diamonds. He just started. This is extremely high rank. So yeah, feel free to follow, subscribe, everything like that. Have a good one. See you guys tomorrow.